You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian balls.
What's going on, NASCAR Diecast collectors and Diecast reviews on YouTube? This is originally Bry here, and welcome back to another new episode of the NASCAR Diecast News, hosted by me, Brian LaFleur Jr. As always, guys, I am bringing you guys your weekly or bi-weekly NASCAR Diecast news throughout each and every month until the very end of the 2017 NASCAR Diecast racing season. And boy, oh boy, guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, including all the stuff that happened during the month of May. Of course, if you guys follow my social media, you guys would know that I was a little ways from going to the Indy 500, so that's why I had not made diecast news for a good couple weeks now. But hopefully, this is worth the wait and worth the entertainment for you guys. But we got ourselves a lot of great news to talk about from these past 2.5 weeks that you might have missed from the NASCAR Diecast News, including some newly released diecasts from our good friends at Plain B Sales, K-State Diecast, and Lester's Diecast. And we also do got some new pre-orders as well. We're racking those up very quickly as well of what happened at Charlotte over that month of May. And we also got, of course, lots of cancellations. I mean, a bunch. We'll probably have to briefly go through each and one of them very quickly. We got a total of 12 new cancellations on this episode, so that is a new record for this series. And we also got the Wave 5 reveal for NASCAR Authentics 2017. We'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on that very shortly. And we also got a lot more to cover as well, but that's just the gist of it, guys. But feel free to tune in this episode really quick as we're going to get on right to the show. But before we do that, guys, we're going to go around to the slideshow and start off with your best-selling diecast from and your least-selling diecast from NASCAR Diecast News 174. Alright guys, and we're going to get things off with your newly released diecast from our good friends at Plan B Sales, KC Diecast, and Lester's Diecast. And we're only going to be covering the 164s for this episode, guys, because we got a lot to talk about. So I do apologize that I'm not going to review any 124s, but however, we will get to 164s because that is a lot more popular in demand. So we're going to go things off with some 2016 cars, and the first one up is Tony Stewart's Mobile One Last Ride car. Now this car, I can't hesitate to ask, you guys should absolutely get this car because this is the car that Tony Stewart ran at his last race and final race at Homestead Miami Speedway at the season finale racetrack for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series last year when that was a thing. But it was a really cool looking car, and it definitely shows a great tribute to the good old legendary Smoke. Of course, Tony Stewart as well. He is a two-time, actually a three-time, sorry about that, a three-time Sprint Cup champion, so really cool right there. And this is a diecast that I'm sure any Tony Stewart fans will love to have. And this car is not race version, by the way. The 164 is not raced version, but the 124 is, but that's going to be available very shortly. It's not available right now, so only 164 is available, but still looks really cool. And you can also get this car at Wave 3 as well, so great opportunity to get this diecast right here. Next up, we also got Kyle Busch's M&M's Halloween car. This is another Halloween car, and I think it was the first time that we actually got both Halloween cars produced last year. I know last year they've never made the Snickers car before, but of course the M&M's Halloween car, it's always been a thing when they always make that, and it always makes an MOQ, but this car has no exception to it. It's a pretty decent looking car. I mean, it does look very similar to last year's, but like I said, the chase yellow banners look really cool on this, and it's a cool looking car, even though it does look very similar. But it does got some slight changes to it, so you know, it's probably up there as a good Halloween car, but it's pretty early to celebrate Halloween. But still a pretty cool car. And we got some even more 2016 cars. We got Eric Jones's GameStop Sunoco Rookie of the Year car, and that's in a Galaxy finish. You guys know me, I'm not really a big fan of special finishes. That's why I don't really heavily promote them on my Diecast News episodes, if you guys are wondering about that. That's just my overall, you know, perspective, opinion. But for the 164s, it's pretty cool. But however, though, of course, similar to the rookie car, the past rookie cars that we've had before, like Chase Elliott and Kyle Larson, it's unfortunately ruined with the Sunoco logo, which, you know, as you guys know, I'm not a big fan of that, especially when it comes to the championship diecast. But if you are an Eric Jokes fan, I would recommend getting this car. And plus, if you're really good at customs, then you can always slap a number 20, you know, right over that Sunoco logo. I mean, hate to say that to the diecast dealers who are watching this video, but you know, this is the only time we're going to get a number 20 GameStop car from Eric Jones in this paint scheme. I know we did got one in 2015 with the red and black, which is a cool paint scheme, but this is a nice little change right here. But and some good variety as well. So it's a not bad car in my opinion. Let's see, we also got some Jimmy Johnson Championship diecast. We got a 7-time Cup Championship diecast that's now available in stock at Plan B Sales and KC Diecast, Lester's, all those great dealers. We also got this one I'm really excited about, the Homestead Race Diversion car. Now, however, though, call me crazy, guys, but there is a lot of confetti on this car, in my opinion. There is a good amount of confetti on this car, if I had to say so myself. I guess, I don't know if Lionel decided went a little overboard with confetti, but, you know, this still doesn't ruin the car, but I think they kind of overdid it on the confetti. Still a decent looking car, but just I probably would prefer the 2015 Kyle Busch car a little bit more, because it wasn't like a big buzzkill with all the confetti. But still, it looks nice regardless, and I do like the yellow numbers on the Jimmy Johnson paint scheme from last year. That's always very iconic to see that. And I don't know, it's still a nice car to get. I'm a sucker for race win 164s, and this is a good pickup right here. And sorry for any Kyle Larson fans out there, I kind of went out of the order, but I'm saving this one right here for you guys. We finally got the Kyle Larson Target Dawn to Throwback. That car is finally in stock, and I'm so excited to get this car because, if you guys know, I'm a huge fan of IndyCar, and this paint scheme is actually representing Eddie Cheever's I think first time in IndyCar for Chip Ganassi, and this is also representing Target's first ride in motorsports racing, which was in IndyCar already. You guys can find out more info about this, as I'm a little rough on this, but I do know that's like the brief history about this car, and it looks really nice and definitely worth the wait. The 124 was released on the last episode, but this car looks very nice, and finally glad that we got a Target throwback. Unlike the one in 2015 where Coca-Cola couldn't produce the belly yellow car. So yeah, really cool to see a Larson throwback right there. That's gonna be great for any throwback collectors out there. And to wrap up on the 2016 diecast, we got Alex Bowman / Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s. Well, it's probably more appropriate for Alex Bowman, but we got Alex Bowman's Mountain Dew camo car. Now, if you guys are familiar with this car, this is the car that Alex Bowman subbed in for Dale Jr. At the Talladega Chase race, and this car is pretty nice, and I also like how it came with its own little decorative box, so might be a reason why I might get it, because I'm a sucker for collector boxes, so that's going to look really great in my collection, and probably that's the only reason I would like to get this. But if you're also a big fan of Mountain Dew and camo, well, technically it's a camo Mountain Dew car, so of course you're going to get this diecast. But if you're a Dale Jr. fan as well, of course you got to pick this up. It's definitely going to be a hot seller, even though Alex Bowman is credited in this car. But still, really nice looking car, and I'm glad we got the camo scheme back for Dale Earnhardt Jr. It looks really nice, and that's a car I would highly recommend getting. And now we're going to go on to the 2017 diecast. That's going to be really fun. The first one up, this car was highly anticipated, and a lot of people thought this was canceled. The 2016 version of this car was canceled, but the 2017 Casey Kane UniFirst car, that is now available at your local diecast dealers. So nice little new sponsor that they decided to hop on board, and they also sponsor Andretti Autosport. They also sponsor Andretti Autosport as well, as I just saw on one of my Andretti Autosport diecasts. So it's really cool right there that they got that sponsorship with Marco Andretti and Casey Kane. So UniFirst, making good sponsors in both series. Hate to bring a mini car, but I got the month of May stuck in my head after going to the Indy 500. But anyways, back to this Casey Kane car. It looks really nice. I'm glad that they actually made this, and it's a nice new sponsor for Casey Kane for sure. Next one up, we also got Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s 50th anniversary Fastenal car. This car looks familiar because Lionel posted this car on their newest wave for NASCAR Authentics, I believe Wave 4. So, and they heavily promoted that car as an exclusive, but as you guys can see right here, it's not exclusive, so that's a fail for Lionel. But I do like this paint scheme, the 50th anniversary paint scheme, a little bit more than the traditional Fastenal colors that he's been racing. So it's a nice little mix up, and they inverted the colors, which are really cool. So you got the blue numbers and the white base, so it looks really nice, and a nice like I said, nice variety for the Stenhouse car, indeed. And last one up, it is Chase Elliott's Kelly Blue Book Chevrolet. This car looks a lot more better than last year's, but however though, I don't know, just if it's just the picture or just, I don't know, the blue on the car just seems a little off. I think it should be a little more darker, but I don't know, that's probably just how the Lionel rendered their diecast decals. There's always screw up on something, but still looks like a really nice car regardless. I think it looks the blue looks a tad bit lighter than last year's model, but still decent looking car, especially for any Chase Elliott fans out there. And yeah, doesn't look too bad in my opinion. Alrighty guys, and now we're going to get on to our next topic, which is going to include the pre-orders, and we're going to be mostly talking about the race win cars that are just now available for pre-order from the past few race weekends that we might investing on the Diecast News. And we're going to kick things all the way back to Kansas Speedway, when my favorite driver in NASCAR, Mark Truex Jr., was able to get it done and steal the win away from Ryan Blaney. So his Auto Owners Insurance Kansas race win, that is now available, or has been available for pre-order, in the 124 ARC scale and the Elite scale as well. So that was a cool race to see, and glad to see Mark Truex Jr. finally won at that track. It's been tough for him winning at Kansas, and he finally got it done at this year's race. And now we're going to get onto the All-Star race, guys, which of course was good old bad boy Rowdy Busch, good old Kyle Busch and his M&M's caramel or caramel, however you want to pronounce that. I'm going to say in both ways so that way people don't, you know, take sides on how you pronounce caramel or caramel. But his All-Star race win card is now available for pre-order. Really cool seeing that this car is going to be produced. It's only going to be in 124 scale only so far, but I'm sure Lionel will make a 164 version of the caramel car pretty soon, or caramel. But yeah, very interesting right there. And last up, we got the this year's Coca-Cola 600 winner. It is another first-time winner, guys, we have this year. It was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. at Talladega. Now, Austin Dillon finally earns his first Cup win in the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Coca-Cola 600, guys. And that's really cool. And it's also going to be really nice because this is going to be the second year in a row that Lionel is going to be producing the Coke 600 cars in both scales. I know last year they did it with the NASCAR Authentics line, but they're actually going to be doing it for the Diecast dealers, so that's really nice right there, and that's a nice smart move. I guess they thought it was a great way to do that because last year they did it with Martin Truex Jr.'s cars, and it sold pretty well, especially with the NASCAR Authentics retail line. So very smart of them to do that. I guess it makes up for them for not making the Daytona 500 car for this year. But still, that's going to be really nice to see, especially with that American colors on the Dow car. Looks really nice. I'm a sucker for American flags, and the red, white, and blue always looks great on any NASCAR, especially the number 3 Dow car for sure. But now we're going to go on to the cancellations, guys, and this is always going to be the turning point of this episode. So get ready to fill up the comments with a bunch of rage. Just kidding, by the way. Just busting everybody from Instagram who does that. But yeah, we're going to start off with the cancellations, guys, and we got a good amount, so I'll try to wrap this up pretty shortly, but not too fast. So where do I start? So first one up, we're going to go in numerical order, is Brad Keselowski's Fitzgerald Ford Fusion. Unfortunately, this was a car that he ran at Talladega and it really showed off very well, but it has been canceled in the 164 scale. I know, what a tragedy. This car would have looked really nice, especially with the Montoya 22 IndyCar that Greenlight's planning to make. Once again, sorry I brought up IndyCar, but I love making those comparisons since I'm a diehard NASCAR and IndyCar fan. I'm sure a lot of you guys in the comics are, you know, starting to get interested in both sports. Or at least one of them for sure. But yeah, the Fitzgerald car, that has been unfortunately canceled. Very unfortunate. I'm not really a big fan of green cars, but this one really stood out to me, and it just very surprising that this car was canceled, especially for the only 164 scale. But 124 collectors out there, you are still in luck. This car is still available for pre-order if you guys have not so already. Do that. And of course, with any cancellations, guys, we got our only Xfinity car in this episode, guys, and it is Bubba Wallace in the Globe Life Ford Fusion. Now, were you surprised this car was getting canceled? Not really. You know, it looks like a pretty underrated car, but you know, there always could be that one little hope that you would think, oh, that car actually made the pre-order list, so you may never know. Who always knows that this car probably could have won a race for all we know. Well, just kidding. This car ran in Talladega and Charlotte, so that's kind of a fail right there. But yeah, very unfortunate for the Bubba Wallace team getting another diecast canceled. It's very unfortunate right there. Hopefully we'll get. Hopefully he looks like he's fallen to the path like Justin Allgaier and not getting a single diecast produced this year. Speaking of number 6, guys, this one's really interesting. We got Trevor Bayne's Admiral Caradonna throwback. This car has been canceled as well, only for the 124 standard ARC version, guys. And what's really ironic about this is that the full render hasn't been released yet, guys, and I think that's a really big fail. Yeah, I know the pre-orders have their deadlines, but at least Lionel should at least give us the render of what it looks like. I know I talked about in the last few episodes of what the Trevor Bayne's drawn to throwback car was going to look like. If you guys want to check that out, go ahead and check out the NASCAR Diecast News playlist. It's on my channel, as always. But yeah, that's very ironic and very unfortunate. But however, 164 collectors, you're still in luck. This car is still available for pre-order. This one, I'm not surprised at all. We got Denny Hamlin's FedEx office car. This is only canceled in 124 scale for the ARC standard version. So yeah, again, I'm not surprised seeing this car get canceled. I'm not a big fan that Lionel's making all the FedEx cars because you can't blame Lionel. I actually got to blame FedEx because they decided to just go all orange with their paint schemes for this year. I really miss the red and the green. I really miss the red on the front and then the green on the ground and then the blue on the office. I don't know why FedEx decided to just keep it all one paint scheme. Especially for diecast collectors like us. Like, who would want 4 Denny Hamlin cars that look exactly the same, and it only just show, and the only difference is just what kind of part of FedEx they are. Like, if it's Express or Freight, like, who cares? I want a different car. So I'm not, as you can tell, I am not a big fan of the new paint scheme layout for FedEx has offered. So I'm hoping they can listen to the fans and go back to their roots, because I do love seeing all those variety of colors that the FedEx team brings. But I don't know. I guess someone at FedEx decided to be a little cheap on that. I'm just busting them for that, but that's very unfortunate right there. We also got some more Ford diecast canceled. We got the Clint Boyer Haas Demo Days car. That has been unfortunately canceled in both scales for the 124 and 164 ARC versions. I believe this was a car that he ran at Bristol and almost won. I think he finished second, so it was a great day for Boyer. But this car is basically the same as the Haas automation car, which has made MOQ. So this car ain't really a big loss. I mean, it's kind of like, like I said about the FedEx office car, it's just little side sponsors and little hood changes. So, little minor details, but yeah, not really a big loss right there. Next one up, we're already getting down halfway, guys. So this is not the end for the cancellations. Trust me, there's more. There's always more. We got Kyle Busch's Skittles Red, White, and Blue car. This only canceled in the 124 Elite version, so you are missing out on a highly detailed diecast. Very expensive though, but that car has been canceled. So yeah, it's very unfortunate right there. But we still got the standard cars available for pre-order. Not for these next ones though. We got Joey Logano's Duralast GT car. That has been canceled in the 124 ARC version only. So that is the car that he, I think he ran, I believe, one race for this year. I think it was at Martinsville. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just guessing. There's only a handful of NASCAR races I can remember before my memory gets shot. But yeah, that's what I get for being forgetful. But yeah, this was kind of unfortunate. This car was on the DMP list for quite a while, but glad that the 164 made MOQs, so that's gonna be a nice variation. But for 124 collectors out there, really screwed out for this time. Excuse me again. Gotta edit out these burps. Next one up, we also got Gray Gaulding's Sweet Frog car. That's unfortunately canceled in the 124 ARC version. So, not really a big loss right there, because they were going to make it on the Gold Series car, because BK Racing is a very underrated team, and it's going to be on the only hood open cars for the 124s. So, not really missing much any right there. Save yourself $44 right there. This one, it's another useless diecast. We got the Chase Elliott Napa Brakes car. It's the same car as the Napa car, just they have brakes on the side of the car instead of auto parts. So, not a big difference right there, but only canceled in the 124 Elite version. So, like I said, missing details on that car. When it comes to, the Elite diecast, that's where detail is at from Lionel's perspective. This one's really unfortunate though. We got Matt Benedetto's EJ Wade Foundation car. This car has been canceled in both scales, so this is a big loss for diecast collectors. Especially, I know one of my good friends, Dave Land, he's a big sucker for purple cars, so this car has got to really stink for him and many other Dean Burrito fans out there. If you guys are watching this video, this is very unfortunate for them. I really would love to have a Matt Benedetto 32 diecast in my hand, but this is all they're offering so far, so fingers crossed they'll try to make some more, but for now, not looking good so far for Matt Benedetto. Speaking of more some underfunded cars, we also got the Landon Castle Starkey Hearing. That's been canceled in the 124 ARC version as well. Nothing much to say right there. It's a pretty generic front row motorsports car, but the 164 version still available for pre-order. And last one up, this car looks familiar. Martin Truex Jr.'s Auto Owners Insurance Kansas race win. That's been canceled in the 124 Elite version, so still unlocked. The 124 standard version is still available pre-order. And if you guys want to find out any more about these cancellations, then then sign up at the Lionel Racing forum and then go under the Insider forum and then click on 2017 DMP notifications, and you will see all of the DMPs that Lionel has to offer. By DMPs, I mean did not produce. All right, everybody, and we're going to go on to our last topic of the show, and it is, of course, going to be the title of this video that always brings you guys to this NASCAR Diecast news video. It's going to be some more NASCAR Authentics news, guys, and Lionel Racing announced on their YouTube channel on May 17th, which I was at my hotel by then. Actually, I think I was leaving on that day, going to my Indy 500 trip. I think I was actually heading over to Racing 2011's house. So yeah, that's how my day went. But during that day, it was announced on their YouTube channel that Wave 5 was unexpectedly announced, which is very ironic because Wave 3 has just hit the shelf shed, and already Lionel is 2 waves behind now. So Lionel's got some catching up to do, and they're really releasing these waves way too fast. But they're not being consistent with their shipping these out yet, because like I said, Wave 3 is now just hitting the stores by the time I upload this video. So like I said, Lionel's got some catching up to do. But anyways, Wave 5 is here, and we'll get down to the details of what we have. So we have 7 new diecasts coming in for this wave. And Lionel said that these should be released in the next few weeks, but I highly doubt that. So give it another month, maybe another 2 months. In my guess, in the next 2 to 3 months, we'll probably see this wave if Lionel times this right. But we do got, let's see, 2 2016 cars, and the rest of the 5 are 2017 diecast. So let's go down the line right here. So we got Clint Bowyer's 2017 Mobile One Ford Fusion. So this is the first time we're getting a Clint Bowyer car for the NASCAR Authentics waves. So that's really awesome right there. So of course, I'm going to highly recommend getting this for any people out there who have not got a Clint Bowyer car in their collection, especially for this year, since he's back in a high efficient team for this year. So really nice looking car. I think I briefly talked about this car on the last episode of NASCAR Diecast News, but definitely pick up this car for sure. We also got another Jimmy Johnson car coming in right here. We got his Cobalt Tools car for 2017. That's going to look really nice with this 2017 Lowe's car that was released from Wave 3 earlier this year. So that's going to look really nice. I like the matte black on that car. We also got Austin Dillon's AAA.com. So really nice right there. I do have another AAA car with me, but hate to bring up any car again. Sorry about that, guys. Oh man, someone's gonna roast me in the comments for bringing up IndyCar on a NASCAR video. Oh boy, let the comments go. But the Austin Dillon AAA car, that's really cool right there that we're getting a AAA car in the NASCAR Authentics line. The last time we had that was a Joey Logano car, and that was all the way back when Spin Master had the rights for that. For NASCAR Authentics. So really cool to see AAA is back in the retailers, especially for Austin Dillon. So that's really nice right there. And boy, does this car look familiar. The Eric Jones GameStop Sunoco Rookie of the Year car. Yeah, I kind of already reviewed this car earlier in the episode, but you guys probably already know how I feel about this car. It's cool that first time we're getting an Eric Jones car, and this may be the only time you'll see Eric Jones be in the retail line, because they can't produce this Cup car because he sponsors 5 Hour Energy, and that's not marketable for kids. You know, logic, I love it. Or being, you know, politically correct. But yeah, the GameStop Sunoco Rookie of the Year car. You know, decent car, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of that big Sunoco logo right on top of the car. Same thing with the Chase Elliott Napa Rookie Sunoco car. You know, what more can I say about those two diecasts? I think those two are kind of a hit and miss if you really want to get them, but I feel like they shouldn't be in the retailers. They could have done a lot more better with those two. But let's see. Oh, this one also looks familiar as well. We got the Casey Kane Universe car, so of course I'm going to highly recommend getting that car. If you do want to show off your green, that's a cool car to start off with, especially if you want some variation for Casey Kane. That's going to look really well with this Farmer's car that was released early this year from Wave 1. So really nice right there. And let's see, we also got the Chase Elliott Sun Energy 1 car. So this is a very similar car to the car that he drove last year, which was at Wave 9. So really cool. Actually, was it Wave 9? I think it was actually yeah, Wave 9. Okay, I was actually right for once. Cool. I should probably go earn myself a nice a cookie after this video, so really nice right there. But big fan of the Sun Energy 1 car. If you guys did miss this car from Wave 9 last year, then this is a good opportunity to get this car. But overall, guys, this wave is pretty decent. I mean, the last few waves that we've had have been kind of a good hit or miss. But depending where we're gonna get this wave, we'll just see how it goes right there. But hopefully, like I said by the beginning of this topic, hopefully Lionel picks up the pace, and hopefully we, as much as I would love to see new waves come out every few weeks, they really need to catch up on their shipping departments where they're shipping these cars out. Because like I said, Wave 3 is just they just announced, they didn't announce it, but they just now released it at the retailers. So who knows what we'll see Wave 5, but we'll just see how it goes on right there. But overall, guys, this has been an episode of NASCAR Diecast News. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, please give this video series a good comment, like. If you guys have not already, I highly encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel for any more NASCAR Diecast News videos, NASCAR Diecast countdown videos, which I'll be uploading a new one very shortly for May, so tune in for that. So got lots of cool content for you guys coming up here for summer, as all you guys are ready for the summer vacation. I got a lot of big plans coming up on this channel, so feel free to stay tuned and always hit that subscribe button, and make sure to click your notification bell that's right by the subscribe channel, so you guys stay updated on my YouTube videos and many more to come. But until then, guys, this is Original Big Bryce signing off. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate your support of the NASCAR Diecast News, and until we meet again, guys, this is Original Big Bryce saying sayonara, farewell, and long live the NASCAR Diecast News.